In one of my previous videos, I show how to cut a hole out of a wall to put a butterfly patch in. And when I do that, I use a Sawzall. That's a quick way to do things. But if you have something behind there, that wires behind there that you're concerned about, or if you don't have a Sawzall, you may want to just use a razor knife. All right, let's get started on this. This is a scenario where we have a hole in the wall. And we want to cover this hole. This hole is 4 1/4 by 4 inches. So we want a 5 by 5 plug to be safe and cover around it. Now, the way we're going to do that is I'm going to lay it out on here, and then I'm going to show you how we do it, actually do it on sheetrock. First thing I want to do is make a 7 by 7 butterfly patch to cover over that plug. So we're going to go 7 inches across. Okay, well, I'll just run this long. And then we're going to come 7 inches here. Okay? This is my butterfly patch. Over here, I need a 5 by 5 plug. So we're going to come over 5 inches up. And we're going to come over 5 inches here. Okay? And now I'll do the same thing right here. I'm going to mark this line over. Now I have a 5 by 5 plug or pattern, and I have a 7 by 7 patch. The reason why this is 7 by 7 is because the backing where the sheetrock is, the backing is going to be 5 by 5 to fill in this hole, and we're going to have an inch overlap of just paper. So I'm going to have to come back an inch right here and right here, all the way around. This center part will be 5 by 5, or say 5 inches this way, and then we add an inch here and then add an inch here, so that becomes 7. And we do the same thing here. We add an inch here and here, and this becomes 7 by 7. It's very simple. All we do is cut this out and cut our outside pattern, and then we're going to cut the backing off of this, and I'm going to show you how that's done. Once we do that, we have a patch that's going to fit perfectly in this hole, and this plug right here, we're going to just set it on the wall, trace it, and cut it out perfectly. So then we have a pattern and a patch all together. Very simple to make a butterfly patch for a hole. So I'm going to make this one 5 inches. What I'm going to do is cut out a piece 7 by 7, because my 5 inch is going to be for the plug. I'm going to need an inch here, and I'm going to need an inch here. I'm going to need an inch here and an inch here. This is going to be my pattern, so I'm going to make a 5 by 5 plug right here. Okay, take my guide out. I set it at 7 inches, and I'm going to run a line straight across. Now that I have this cut, all I need to do is go 7 inches right here. I make this cut. This one I want to be 5 by 5, so I'm going to drop it down to 5, and then I'm going to make this 5 inches past there. So I'll line up my 5 right here. Now I have a plug and a patch. You'll see what I'm talking about. This is going to be my patch, so I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to mark an inch all the way around. So I can take this and set it at an inch, and then right here I'm going to bring it back an inch. So I'm going to go to 6 inches here, and on this side same thing. I'm going to set it back an inch, and then I'm going to bring an inch here. Now I break this off, and all I have to do is make my cuts right here. I'm marking on the back side because I want to keep the face. Once you clean this little part up here, it's ready to go. Here I have my cut for a 5 by 5 plug. I'll flip it over, break it, make this cut, and I make this cut, and now that's my pattern. Let's pretend we have a hole in the wall. Now we'll set the pattern on it and line it up to where you're pretty much centered. mark it across, and then we're just going to cut this out. We don't have to go all the way through it because this is sheetrock. Now, if you just take and score into this, into my corners, it's easier to break off. You can take this and push it down and it'll break off. Now once that's broken off, you just cut it out. So you can work from the outside of a wall and still get this cut out pretty easily.